if you're tired of having women playing games with you,
Stop lying to me!
then you're gonna have to listen very carefully with what I'm going to share here, because it's going to change the way you think about women. Because if you start playing the blaming game with women, meaning like, all the women cannot be trusted, I will never settle with a woman because maybe she will start to manipulate me, gaslight me, she will cheat on me and all of this stuff, you're falling into a trap here, my brother.
I fucked up again.
Because sure, there are women that will do this. I know. I've met such women in my life. And there are also women that will never ever do this. But because your RAS, your focus is on the toxic woman, you think that this is the reality. But this is not the truth. And I realized this a few years ago because I was, coming out of a toxic relationship, and this is usually how it starts. You feel a lot of pain, maybe you feel a little bit depressed, you got hurt, maybe you experienced cheating, manipulation, gaslighting. So for me, in my case, I experienced gaslighting, I experienced cheating, even though she never admitted it. So I'm not really sure, but I had a feeling and still have the feeling that she cheated on me back then. And I was really feeling so much fucking pain. And after the breakup, I started to attract a very specific kind of woman. They were really, really hot, yeah, but extremely toxic. They were not respecting me. They didn't give a fuck about me, in fact, right? They were playing games, manipulation, gaslighting, you name it. Like, it was nasty what was happening, right? But I was letting this happen because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be rejected. And I cared more about pussy than myself. I started to have more and more experience showing me that women cannot be trusted, women are manipulative, women are fucked, they have a boyfriend and they're gonna fuck me, and so many toxic shit, right? But the problem is not that women are doing all of this. The problem was that I was allowing this to happen in my life. This was the real problem. Because again, there are toxic women out there, but there are good women as well. And if you focus just on the toxic woman, you end up attracting toxic woman after toxic woman after toxic woman, and you think dating is doomed. And I know a lot of you are thinking this way, right? But that's only because you are attracting this reality. You're not taking responsibility for the way you feel, for how you act, for your behaviors, and you end up attracting the same thing over and over and over, right? So here, first of all, it's really important to recognize the different signs women are toxic, and especially the early signs, because I know some of you have a good heart, you have good intentions, you want to date a good woman, but you don't realize the toxic behaviors. You don't realize when she's starting to manipulate you. You don't realize when she's using gaslighting. You don't realize when she's lying to you, she's hiding certain things. Why don't you realize it? Because you're so attached to her. And because of that, you slowly start to deny yourself. And this is the real problem. Women are dishonest with you because you're dishonest with yourself. This is the real problem. And it's not about blaming women here again. The reason why women are dishonest with you is because you're dishonest with yourself. And if you start being true to you, if you start listening to yourself, then the reality will slowly change, right? So here, it's really important to start identifying, like, where do you lie to yourself? In which ways? And what's very common here is maybe you're scared of being lonely. Maybe you're scared of rejection. Let's take an example. A woman starts disrespecting you in some ways, right? And you know in your body that it's time to set a boundary in this very moment. But in the back of your mind, there is a thought that suddenly appears that tells you, if you set a boundary right now with her, maybe she will want to leave because she will take it bad. So you decide to not set the boundary in that very moment, and she keeps on disrespecting you day after day and after day. But can you see how you're allowing this to happen? When you enter, this is so important, when you enter in a relationship with a woman, when you start a dynamic with a woman, you need to understand that there is you and her that are slowly merging together. What does it mean? It means that she's going to bring her stuff to the table and you are going to bring your stuff to the table. That means that she's going to bring her toxicity. You're going to bring your own toxicity as well. We're not perfect. We're human beings. We make mistakes. Yeah? We have our own flaws. That includes you. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. So when you have this dynamic that is slowly being created, it's very important, like I said, to recognize the signs and then to start being true to yourself. Because it's part of the game that you are going to trigger each other's, right? And if you don't assert your boundaries, if you don't express yourself unapologetically, if you're not being true to yourself 100%, you are going to end up again in a toxic dynamic with a woman that is going to leave you feeling unsatisfied, heartbroken, and wondering like, are there good women out there? Or is it like just fucking doomed? Because I keep on attracting the same thing, right? So, really important. Identify the early signs of toxicity and then start to become true to yourself. And this is the secret to creating long-term and healthy relationship. Now, it doesn't stop here. You have to be true to yourself at the beginning and throughout the relationship. You need to have these open conversations with your woman constantly. As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm in a relationship for almost 2 years. In April is going to be officially 2 years. And we have open conversations on a weekly basis. And we always, not always, but we have problems from time to time. There are moments where she's triggering me a little bit, she's acting a little bit, I wouldn't say toxic, but it's not that she's disrespecting me, but she acts in a way that bother me, let's put it this way. If I don't speak for myself, if I don't really honor myself in this moment, she will not know how to treat me. So I have to constantly be aware, okay, do I allow this in my relationship? Do I want to receive this? And if no, let me express that to her. And because I chose a woman who has a healthy character in the sense that she is able to see her mistakes, right? And this is one of the early signs one of the early healthy signs that you need to recognize. Whenever you enter in a dynamic with a woman, you need to check, is she able to see her own flaws? Because if she thinks she's all perfect and shit, definitely you don't want to be with her, because you're going to end up with a wall, basically, where she's going to tell you what she wants without caring about what you want, right? So obviously, that's something you need to pay attention to at the beginning. And if she's not open to admit her own faults, leave, right? Luckily, I found a woman who is not like that. So if I express a boundary to her, she will receive it and she will try to adjust her behavior, the way she acts with me, so that we can live more happily and stuff like that, right? And this is happening constantly. And it's the most important skill that you need to develop right now as you are single in order to have a long-term and healthy relationship. And can you see how it can be complicated if you're scared of getting rejected, if you're scared of being lonely, if you're scared of not being accepted by her, right? There's a lot of fears here at play. this is usually due to childhood traumas, right? Because your mother or father, or maybe because, I don't know, in school you were not accepted, you faced a lot of rejection, humiliation, bullying, whatever the fuck happened to you, you developed this coping mechanism to avoid the rejection, right? So you avoid setting boundaries, you avoid speaking your truth, because back then it was not accepted to do that. You couldn't do that. Because if you would do that, it would be very painful. You would be rejected. You would face loneliness. You wouldn't be accepted, right? But the past doesn't have to be the present moment. And the thing is, the subconscious doesn't know that, because the subconscious is still in the past. This is the crazy part of it. It's stuck in the past, and you're still acting as if it was as if you were in the past, right? And that's why we do the internal work. We do the internal work to realize, oh shit, I'm doing this behavior, but it's stuck in the past. The present moment is different. I don't need to continue fearing rejection. And in fact, even if I get rejected, it doesn't have to be that bad. Loneliness doesn't have to be that bad. Not feeling accepted doesn't have to be that bad, because I can accept myself. Because I can be with myself when I'm lonely. Because I can love myself even if I'm rejected. When you rewrite the internal story, then it's much more easy to be yourself with a woman, to set boundaries, to speak your truth, to honor yourself moment by moment with a woman. And then it becomes impossible to attract a woman who is going to be toxic. Because how can you let such a woman enter your world? You wouldn't do that. There is no way you would do this, right? Because you love yourself so much. Because you know what you want. Because you know who you are. Because you know what you're looking for in a relationship, in a woman. So as soon as you see a sign that is toxic, you know. You express the boundary. If she doesn't receive it, if she's acting entitled, arrogant, or whatever, she's out of your life. And you're good. Because yes, there are toxic women out there, but there are also healthy women. And your job is to refuse the toxic woman, even if she's the most beautiful woman, and allow yourself to really welcome this healthy woman in your life. And then the game changes, man. You don't have to blame women anymore. You don't have to feel like dating is doomed. And you can actually enjoy the feminine presence of a beautiful woman in your life, because you fucking deserve that, my brother. Thank you for watching. If you want to have access to a free course that can help you attract one date opportunity every week with your 10 out of 10 using the masculine alignment process, you can click on the link down below in the description. It's totally for free, my brother. There's a whole framework I'm teaching there. I know it can help you because it has helped other guys that have joined in the past. So yeah, totally for free, man. You just have to give me your email. And that's it. I see you.